Thursday, that means it's time to get the facts, all part of our commitment to you to fact-check claims from all the major candidates from both sides of the aisle throughout this election season. We are joined once again by Lou Jacobson of PolitiFact. Lou, great to see you again. So we got two claims to discuss today, one from President Biden, but let's begin with the one that was said right here in New Hampshire by former President Donald Trump. This was at his rally in Claremont this past weekend. He said this, quote, "I don't understand New Hampshire for whatever reason." He said, "You have a worse drug problem per capita than any other state. Nobody's explained that," he said. And I know that you guys reached out to the Trump campaign to see what did he mean by worse per capita. He also did praise the first responders of the police department for saving people from overdoses. But I know, Lou, that Trump's campaign didn't get back to you when it came to what he was citing when he claimed this. But you guys also looked into this claim and you say that Trump's assessment is not supported by the federal overdose data. So what did you find out, Lou?
Yeah, so we found that actually New Hampshire ranks somewhere in the middle, around it's about number 23rd out of 50 states. So definitely not at or even near the top. Now, what is interesting is that about 2014, 2016, that range, the state of New Hampshire was actually near the top. It was one of the top couple of states in terms of drug overdose deaths. And in the last year or so, it has risen a little bit. But the thing is that all or a lot of the other states have passed New Hampshire on that ranking. So the drug overdose deaths have gone up in the state, but really it's gone up far faster in lots of other states. We actually found West Virginia in the most recent full year data is the #1 ranking state as far as that statistic goes.
And so for that reason, this claim came in as false because of the data that you guys found. I also want to ask you about this other claim from President Joe Biden. He was promoting climate change awareness. He was arguing rising temperatures, extreme weather comes with an ever-increasing price tag. He said this, last year alone, natural disasters in America caused $178 billion in damages. This was remarks coming back from November 14th. And Lou, I know you looked into this. What did you find about these numbers?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty close. The statistic that is usually used in the situation is number of $1 billion plus either storms or weather events, flooding, droughts, a whole number of things sort of qualify for that. But it only counts in the total if it's at least $1 billion. And there are lots and lots of storms that cause damage or other weather events cause damage, don't reach that $1 billion threshold and don't get counted. As best we can tell, the federal agency that puts out this data has suggested that some of the research shows that this $1 billion figure, and that's the one that Joe Biden cited, $178 billion cost and damages, it captures about 80% of the damages. And the other storms that are smaller add maybe an additional 20%. So we gave it a mostly true. It's certainly a very credible statistic and a widely used statistic. But we were just sort of signaling to readers that the statistic itself is not totally comprehensive. It does leave out a bunch of storms and droughts and other weather events. Yeah,
not all encompassing there with that number. And as you point out, the smaller ones under the $1 billion mark can be very, very significant.
Definitely can. I mean, it could be hundreds of billions, or sorry, hundreds of millions of dollars for sure. And so that does start to add up.
All right. Lou Jacobson with PolitiFact. We always appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Great. Thank you.